All right, here we go. This is the video I wanted to, this is what I was trying to tell you, okay? Now you got the wires that come in. I've got them in the conduit from the panels on the roof, and they go into this box here. Let me pick this down. All right, check this out. Basically, it's a disconnect box, 60 amp disconnect box. Allows me to throw that breaker and disconnect the panels from the charge controller, which is the Midnight charge controller we have right there. Okay. Then, of course, it comes out of there, goes into the charge controller. From there, it goes down here into this disconnect box, which is the same as that. I can put that back up in just a second. All right. Okay, and that's, as you can see, I'll open this up for you. That's the same thing. 60 amp breaker disconnect box. Now, all those are grounded, and they go over to the grounding rod, which also grounds our breaker box here. This is the breaker box. It's not hooked up to the solar stuff. We have it hooked up to the generator. And we run that system for the shop. Well, I got all kinds of crap all over the place. But then it comes out of this shutoff box, and that's all. I got it all rigged up on 6-gauge wire. Your controller, Aaron, is not going to be able to take 6-gauge wire. It's probably max going to take. You might be able to get 8-gauge, but it's probably geared for 10-gauge, which is fine with your system. Okay. But, okay, so I've got that connected here with the 6-gauge, and then it goes to the 2-gauge. And the 2-gauge, positive and negative, come from in here. I've got it rigged up here because I'm going to add another series of stuff. And then from there, it goes into the batteries. Oops, can't see that too well. Let me up on it. And there's the 8 batteries. They're all wired at 12 volt. But my brother just built a 12 battery 24 volt system, and with AGM batteries. Okay, but then now it charges the battery bank, and then I got this disconnect box over here between the batteries and the inverter, so I can shut that switch off. And say something's screwed up with the inverter, I can shut that switch off. I'm disconnected immediately. And that's the benefit of having this thing. Something goes wrong with the charge controller, I can shut it off, shut the panels off so it doesn't backfeed on the panels. Or I can shut off the batteries to it so it doesn't, say it's overcharging the batteries. I can shut it down and replace this unit. And all I got to do is that little bit of wiring, and boom, it's back up. That's the benefit of the disconnect box, is being able to shut down the connections between the components. It's just safer. I don't have to mess with anything. I can just hit that switch. I don't have to open up the cover of this and try and pull a wire, or yanking wires is always a bad idea when you're dealing with electricity. So disconnect boxes, mounted and grounded, and at least you'll be safe. And for your situation, Aaron, you could probably get away with just driving a copper rod into the ground. It doesn't have to be huge. It could be even just a copper plate with a thick wire going up to the surface of the ground. Just dig a hole, bury that copper plate, run the wire up and then bury that all back in, and you have a serious earth ground right there. So yeah, and hey, there's my brother's big cutoff saw, radial arm, and there's our mill saw. It's buried underneath a couple coolers. I picked up another load of coolers today. Oh yeah, the coolers up in the attic. They're up in the attic, they're on the floor, they're stacked over there on the far side of the garage. This is my workbench right now. It's a chaotic mess. I haven't had any time to organize this almost at all. Here's one of the coolers I just built. You can't really see it because of the lighting, but my brother's built a cabinet for his 3D printer that he bought. He's going crazy with the projects, but yeah, there's our generator and the big door. But check out this big ass air compressor. I don't know how I'm not ever going to run it with the motor that's on it because it sucked the electricity down hard. So I'm going to see if I can't figure out maybe a gasoline engine or something like that for that one. I know what I'll do. I'll build a hydrogen engine for it. That'd be the shit. And, but yeah, and that's a 200-gallon tank on that biatch. So, oh yeah. Right now I got it rigged up so that my little air compressor uses it as a reservoir. Oh yeah, I still get the benefit of the big tank. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. I think you've seen the panels on the roof in the other video. But that's my setup, and that's what I was trying to explain. Those cutoff boxes are a huge benefit and safety factor. And so just my point of view, and I guess my advice to you, Aaron. Rock and roll, brother. Now, hey, build a cabinet for your batteries. I know they're big. Build 2 cabinets if you need to. If you're going to go 12 volt, you're going to have 2 batteries together. Put them in series. Run the positive negatives out. Build the box for them, build a cabinet. Just go get some pallets and build the damn cabinet. For real. All right. Talk to you soon.